from the Grand Valley State University Track and Field Stadium, it's day 2 coverage of the 2022 NCAA Division II Men's and Women's Outdoor Track and Field Championships. Welcome to Allendale, Michigan. My name's Matt Menzel. On this second day already on the men's side, 6 of 21 events scored, not reflecting the men's high jump, which just came to a close. And so far on the men's side, see the competition expected before all said and done. The likes of West Texas A&M, Grand Valley State, and Texas A&M Commerce the factor among the top 3. On the women's side, so far 4 of 21 events scored. Azusa Pacific, they won the women's team championship a year ago. They have 21 points. Saginaw Valley in second, tied with Wayne State of Nebraska, each with 14 points, as do the Grand Valley State Lakers. They have scored 14 so far through the first 4 events. On this second day, 68 degrees our temperature, no chance for precipitation. You will see coming up the men's and women's 200 meters, the prelims. Nothing but prelims once again on the track side, with the exception of the men's and women's 3,000 meters steeplechase. We'll see the finals in both of those coming up at about 7:15 and 7:30 Eastern time. As far as field events go already on the men's side, the discus throw, the high jump have concluded, in progress, and we'll periodically check in. We have the women's triple jump and the women's discus throw taking place as we speak. But on the track, our day will begin with the first of 3 heats in the men's 200-meter dash, with 9 advancing, the top 2 in each heat plus the next 3 best times. And the meet record coming in, 20.15 seconds. That was set by Brian Bridgewater back in 1992. And the 9 that are advancing in this event move to tomorrow's final. That will take place at 4:40 p.m. Eastern. The returning champion is among the field, that being Benjamin Azamati. He was a favorite coming into both the 100 and the 200. He had a false start that knocked him out of the prelims in the 100-meter dash. Now an opportunity here in the 200, where he also owns the NCAA Division II record. He set that back in 2021. He won this event representing West Texas A&M 1 year ago, and he'll be featured in heat number 2.
In lane 2, the sophomore from Colorado Mesa, 3rd in this event indoors this year, the school record holder for the Mavericks with a PR of 20.
Now in heat number 1, among the assignments, it will be Jonah Vigil out of Adams State. He was a 4th place finisher a year ago. Ultimately, there are 5 returnees that were in this event last year, with 4 that moved on to championship Saturday, 1 that did not advance beyond the prelims. But Vigil is the alone in this first heat that was among the top finishers on championship Saturday with that 4th place finish. Otherwise, seed-wise, you have Jeremiah Lauzin out of West Texas A&M. He'll be in lane number 8. Again, the 3rd seed with a qualifying time of 20.44 seconds. And then Nigel Green, he'll be in lane number 7. He's a senior from Southern Connecticut State. 4th seed at 20.72 seconds. Sharamba out of Carson Newman. He will be in lane number 3, 20.84. His best time here in this 2022 season. Again, you see the lane assignments on your screen here for heat number 1. And again, when you look at what's to come in these 3 heats, again, heat number 2 will be returning champion and Benjamin Azamati. Also, we'll see Brandon Miller, a freshman from Grand Valley State, who took 1st indoors. Azamati finishing in 2nd. And then in heat number 3, we will see Javaris Michael from Limestone. He was a 7th place finisher a year ago. And then DeLon Edwin from Texas A&M Commerce. He is the number 2 seed among the grouping in that 3rd heat. So there you take a look at the athletes here in this first heat. As mentioned, weather-wise, what a difference. Still a little on the humid side, but best part, No chance for precipitation. Expected to be dry conditions now from here through the duration of this event tomorrow, after experiencing a 68-minute weather delay during our day one coverage. We're only about 68 degrees. The wind could be a factor. Right now is aiding. Should be at the backside of these athletes, but it's been gusty at times and has been throughout the course of this Friday. Underway here in heat number one. Sharamba, you have Lausen and Green, top of your screen. Sharamba from Zimbabwe, at one point also a rugby athlete. Sharamba, and that's it for heat number one. Top two advancing, and Sharamba from Carson Newman taking the first heat at 20.41 seconds. That is a season best for him. Jeremiah Lausen out of West Texas A&M, the other automatic qualifier, at 20.80 seconds. Again, the meet record is 20.15. We'll see if that's in jeopardy, but heck of a start in that first heat for Sharamba. He at one point was a transfer from Hillcrest College. He competed in the qualifying for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics in the 100 and the 200 meter runs. Line up here in heat number two. And again, watching the battle between Benjamin Azamati from West Texas A&M, the defending champion of this event, number one seed, 20.20 seconds, his season best, but his personal best is also the NCAA Division II record of 20.13 seconds. That was set last spring. Brandon Miller had Azamati's number indoors. We'll see if that carries through here outdoors this year. But Brandon Miller, he is in lane number 4. The freshman from Grand Valley State, a qualifying time of 20.79 seconds.
Outdoor or in a finalist in this event last year, Marlon Davis.
Also of note, you have Marlon Davis. He'll be in lane number 8. From Lenore Ryan, he was a 9th place finisher in this event last year. So a heck of a start to that first heat, thanks to Sharamba. And a personal best for him, 20.41 seconds, the adjusted time for the freshman from Carson Newman. I'll mention it. Big story yesterday in the 100 was Azamati with the false start, knocking him out of the competition to defend his title in that event. But when you look at his success already, West Texas A&M with a couple of NCAA Division II record holders, Azamati in both the 100 and the 200, and then you have Jamal Wilson. We'll see him later on. He is the NCAA Division II record holder in the 110-meter hurdles. So keep an eye on lanes 4 and 7.
Thanks, Gizzy Miller.
Underway here in heat number 2, and Azamati about to take over first place status from Marlon Davis. In the middle, you see Brandon Miller from Grand Valley State. It's those two once again battling first and second, and Miller taking over as Azamati dropping back a little bit toward the end. Brandon Miller at 20.44 seconds. Able to overtake first right at the end. Azamati does in fact finish in, well, they have him at second at 20.70 seconds. Third place overall when you look at the two heats that have been completed so far. Bunton, Banks, Gizzy, Steele, and waiting on Marlon Davis's time to trickle in. Davis finishing last in that heat at 21.46 seconds. So far through the first two heats,
200 meters and a member
Sharamba, Miller, Azamati, and Lauzen, the automatic qualifiers, 2 out of those 4 out of West Texas A&M. Heat number 3, you have J.T. Smith. He is from Texas A&M Commerce. Not advanced beyond the prelims 1 year ago. Delon Edwin, also out of Texas A&M Commerce, the number 2 seed. His season best, 20.29 seconds. Tavares Michael's going to be in lane 7. He is out of Limestone. A 7th place finisher last year at 21.07 seconds. And then in lane number 8, it is Justin Burnett. He is from Mount Olive, the number 5 seed at 20.75 seconds. So some great competition here. Not to mention Antonio Lay and Trent Davis. Lay with a nice showing in the prelims. Yesterday in the 100-meter dash. Came in number 2 seed in that event. And Lay from Central Missouri in lane 4.
The running. No, I thought you were talking about cutting away to something. I was like, don't cut away.
And these athletes will get set up once again. Edwin in lane 5. Burnett in lane 8. Among the fastest times coming in
to the field. We'll
to the prelims.
Smith, Davis, Lay, Edwin, Gilbert, Michael, and Burnett. Madam starter.
Third and final heat of the men's 200-meter dash here in the prelims. Burnett off to a nice start, but incoming is Edwin. Edwin on the inside with J.T. Smith. Right smack dab in the middle, Lay and Edwin. The 3 almost simultaneously crossing the finish line. It is Edwin here in heat number 3 at 20.90 seconds. And finishing in second, Antonio Lay of Central Missouri at 20.96 for the automatic qualification. Burnett finishing 3rd, Smith, Gilbert, Tavares Michael, and Trent Davis. So waiting to see as far as the 9 advancing. We know for sure Sharamba, Miller, Azamati, Lauzen, Edwin, along with Lay. The automatic qualifier will get you the rest of the 9 to advance in just a moment. But one event that is already concluded took 2 days, 10 different events within the Heptathlon, and what a busy couple of days it has been. A field that dwindled down from 15 to 13 due to a couple of injuries, and it began yesterday with the 100 meters. That was won by Nolan Churchman of Fort Hays State. Here's the long jump. Lincoln Krog of Azusa Pacific able to take that event. 7.10 was his best. 23 feet, 3.5 inches. Lincoln Krog in the long jump. Here's the shot put. And Elvis Krykhoff out of Angelo State. He was victorious at 14.01 meters, 45 feet, 11 3/4 inches. High jump was next. Aaron Worrell out of Azusa Pacific. won that event at 2.05 meters. And then day one for the decathlon came to a close in the 400 meter with Nolan Churchman. He started the day with a victory, ended the day with a victory out of Fort Hays State at 47.87 seconds. So that's how day one came to a close for these, but it became a field of 13. A couple of athletes having to back out due to injury. One that never even started, the other had to retire after 3 events, and that was a big blow, at least with Trey Mooney out of Pittsburgh State. He came on a second place finisher a year ago, number 4 seed this year. Here in day 2, it sprinkled a little bit early on. Not slowing down the athletes in the 110 meter hurdles, won by Jonathan Harper of Texas A&M Kingsville. 14.37 seconds his time. Then came the discus. Elvis Kryakov of Angelo State victorious. 44.25 meters. Simon Ray of Queens second, along with Brett Lombardi third. Haven't moved indoors thanks to Mother Nature. And you see the pole vault. That was won by Simon Ray of Queens of North Carolina at 4.85. Brett Lombardi of Fresno Pacific finishing second. Finishing third, Jonathan Harper from Texas A&M Kingsville. Then a javelin throw. And Jacob Tortson from Concordia St. Paul. 55.68 lands him a first place finish. There's Tortson. Pulling off Philip Stomney of Lenore Ryan, who finished in second. And then this day ended with the 1,500 meters. Brett Lombardi from Fresno Pacific. 4 minutes, 32.10 seconds. He finishes number 1. Philip Stumna of Lenore Ryan finishing second. And Stephen Young-Michael out of Queens, North Carolina finishing in third. But with all 10 events tabulated, it is Elvis Kryakov, the number 1 seed coming in, finishing number 1. You see 75-74, his point total from Angelo State. Jonathan Harper, the number 2 seed coming in, finished third a year ago. He won the indoor heptathlon. He wins that event indoors. He finishes second here in the decathlon. And then Nicholas Cly of Queens in North Carolina finishing number 3. So a busy couple of days. Those 10 events complete. We'll tell you about the heptathlon a little bit later on as they wrapped up their 7 events with another 3 here on this Friday. Up next, our first of 3 heats in the women's 200-meter dash. Again, the top 2 advancing from each heat plus the next 3 best times. See the lane assignments. Heat number 1, and that will include Arjona Alcazar, who was second in this event indoor. Leah Belfield, who was in lane 3 out of West Texas A&M, finished first indoor. They are seated 4th and 3rd. Hyacinth, who was in lane 6 from Azusa Pacific in this first heat, the only that placed a year ago, finishing in 4th. Top time in this field, Belfield, 23.38 seconds. The meet record on the women's side is 22.62. That was set in May of 2013 by Danielle Williams. The top finisher from a year ago that is back. The second place finisher, that being Jarna Alston from Emmanuel out of Georgia. She'll be featured in heat number 3. Expected a great battle in both lanes 2 and 3. Nice start here for Belfield. And Belfield oncoming is Arjona Alcazar. But Leah Belfield looking to hang on here in heat number 1. It is those two. And across the finish line, Arjona Alcazar from Academy of Arts, taking the first heat at 23.40 seconds. So Selena Arjona Alcazar takes the first heat. Leah Belfield finishing second for the automatic qualification at 23.40 seconds. Taking a step further, again, just for the tie-breaking, 23.390 is Arjona Alcazar's full time. Belfield 23.393. So 0.003 faster. A blink of an eye. Arjona Alcazar taking the first heat. So as expected, those two, 1 and 2 indoor, 1 and 2 in the first heat. Lineup here in this second heat will feature the second seed, Christine Williams out of Pittsburgh State, 23.33 seconds in lane 4. The fifth seed, Deandra Green from West Texas A&M, lane 5. A couple of top 10 finishers from a year ago in this field with Lyric Holman from Fort Hays State, finished 8th last year. Finishing 7th a year ago in lane 9, Denisha Cartwright out of Minnesota State. We have seen Cartwright already quite a bit in these first couple of days. Sophomore from the Bahamas. Second time she's qualified for 4 events at the NCAA Championships. But she is part of the 100 meters, 200 meters, the 100-meter hurdles, and part of the 4x100 relay team. Part of a Minnesota State team that won its first Women's Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference Outdoor Track and Field Championship since 2016. Underway here in heat number 2. Cartwright looking to run away with this second heat. On the inside, though, with Williams and Green. Christine Williams, Deandra Green, Cartwright. And here in heat number 2, great finish. Goes the rod of Denisha Cartwright at 23.56 seconds. Deandra Green from West Texas A&M finishing second at 23.74. Williams 0.12 seconds behind in third. So through the first couple of heats, Arjona Alcazar, Belfield, Cartwright, and Green, the automatic qualifiers. Third heat, and that will include the number 1 seed, Kyler Richardson, number 1 seed in both the 100 and the 200, from Walnut, California, a grad student from University of Southern California, making the move to Fresno Pacific now her second year with the Sunbirds, but she is the top seed, 23.12 seconds. We have Alana Wilson, not advanced beyond the prelims last year, and then Alston, who finished second last year by 0.13 seconds, is the number 7 seed at 23.60. She was also second in the 100 last year, not in that event this year. But has that experience here at Nationals, and He's been on the podium on a couple of different instances. And it looks like, looking at the board, Richardson is not out there. I have to double check that. That is what is put up on the board that we have in front of us. It says did not start. And indeed, it looks like lane 8 is open. Not sure what happened to Richardson. But underway here in this final heat. This is coming after Richardson did not advance beyond the prelims in the 100 yesterday. .22 seconds in.
Final results.
As the results come in here on this third heat, it is Alston who takes the heat at 23.52 seconds. Kayla Jackson, she too with a busy itinerary here in Allendale, Michigan, finishing number 2 at 23.70. So Arjona, Alcazar, Belfield, Alston, Cartwright, Jackson, Green, Williams, Fields, and Lazar, the 9 advancing to the final in this event. And again, that will take place 4:50 tomorrow. One of the field events that is still in progress on the women's side, the triple jump.
Wolfling, 10th in the hammer throw yesterday.
And you see that attempt with Cameron Holloman out of Central Missouri after a couple of fouls.
Wolfling had a foul in round 1.
Right now it is Deandra Morris who is in first place out of University of Mary.
Next.
Another attempt here for Cavalier from American International, is being her third. Right now sits in 6th place. Her second attempt, her best jump so far at 12.45. So again, right now, the women's triple jump and the women's discus throw in progress. Promise would give you the 9 to advance on the men's side in the 200. That was still being figured out. We can tell you that it is Sharamba, Lausen, Miller, Azamati, Bunton, Banks, Gizzy, Edwin, and Lay, the 9 that are moving on. So that latest jump for Raddick out of Angelo State.
Big improvement for Gertrudis.
Raddick's best jump so far, 12.26.
45 meters.
That's tornado. Yeah.
Look at Jada David from Benedict. Her third try. Her first attempt, her best thus far at 11.76.
I know. So we hear the warning, we hear the sirens, we look at the phones, we're like, yeah, whatever. And we just keep, yeah.
Great crowd on hand here in Allendale, Michigan. Giving away free sunglasses upon entering the stadium. And here this evening becoming now a necessity. Sun trying to peek out. And trying to get the crowd now involved off this attempt. Annie Topol out of New Mexico Highlands. Her best jump at 12.49.
Good job, Annie. It was really funny because I read the Forest Resort right by our house, and I was on my way.
Gonna wrap it up. This flight of jumpers.
And I'm like praying. I got hit by a couple like that, but that was it. And I was like, please don't let anything big. Please let me get.
You're still measuring.
And I didn't care what I was wet. Yeah, you trying to get home. Didn't want to get flying debris.
The next three rounds, 47-72. Sixth place now for Sydney Blackburn.
Do you want to come in?
Emma Richards of Grand Valley State.
No, but they said it. They were just like, sure.
This being the final attempt. Final jumper in this flight.
In the first round, she is second in the standings, late to the preliminaries. Anna Tovey will be next from Cal Poly Pomona.
As right now, off that previous jump, the measurement still taking place. That would Topol from New Mexico Highlands. So we'll check back in a little bit with the women's triple jump. Having some measuring issues. The women's discus throw is taking place as well, wrapping up another flight of competitors. Emma Richard from Grand Valley State right now in second place. Now check that, Erica Beistel out of Grand Valley State. Right behind Richards, who was in second, both from Grand Valley State. Richards in second, Beistel in third. Fouled her first attempt. Her second went for 48.52. This is in the discus throw where Zeta swoops from West Texas A&M. She won the title a year ago and comes as number 2 seed. Emma Hirsch from Sioux Falls, the number 1 seed at 54.52 meters. Brooke Bowes from Tiffin, currently the leader through a couple of throws. Her top 48.78. That last throw, by the way, went down as a foul for Beistel. And now with Bowes. So with her third attempt, wrapping up this second flight. Freshman came in with a season best 49.88. That last throw went at 46.08, but again, she right now is the leader. As they wrap up the second flight, 3 throws in the women's discus throw. That being Emma Hertz a second ago from Sioux Falls, who against the top seed coming in. Back on the track, it is the men's 800 meters. First of 3 heats. Meet record 1:46.56 seconds set by Thomas Staines in 2018. Wes Ferguson from Nebraska Kearney, the number 4 seed. He is in lane 3, finished first indoor in the 800-meter run. Nathan Hood from Colorado State Pueblo, number 5 seed, lane 6. Titus Legat out of Lee in Tennessee. Third place finisher of the event a year ago, and then Jonathan Grolendijk out of Grand Valley State was a 5th place finisher. He's in lane 8. Heat 1. The top time here is 1:47.80. That in this grouping of 8. Watching the inside with West Ferguson. Hit number 3. Jared Gilly out of Dallas Baptist down the inside. And right now it is Ferguson with the lead. Charlie Dannett out of Simon Fraser. He is running second. 40 seconds in. Ferguson.
There, that is West Ferguson.
They move on the outside.
He's going to challenge on the outside.
Again, out of Lee, Tennessee. Moving into second. 56.27 for that first to 2 lap for Ferguson. 0.10 seconds faster than Laggett, who's in second. Ferguson. Dylan Burrows out of Oklahoma Christian. Going to utilize the outside. Same thing with Nathan Hood from Colorado State Pueblo. Making his move. Again, still top 2, right behind Ferguson. The top 2 in each heat plus the next 3 best times are advancing. So 9 will advance. 2 of the final taking place at 3:45 Eastern tomorrow. Oncoming Burrows. Hood. And Hood with West Ferguson finishing number 1, followed by Hood. West Ferguson at 1:50.40 seconds. Nathan Hood, 1:50.42 to automatically move on. Rowan Dick out of Grand Valley State finishing number 3. Laggett finishing 4th. His time, 1:50.72 seconds. So West Ferguson, indoor champion, will be part of the final tomorrow. As he walks off the track with Nathan Hood, who was 0.02 seconds behind. Getting ready for heat number 2. Starting to warm up here in Allendale, Michigan. See plenty of fans with hats and shades on. And the first time, really, the sun's come out all day long after it was pretty cloudy yesterday, rainy a little bit this morning. Now here in this second heat, Rugen Arup out of West Texas A&M, number 2 seed, and he is the defending champion of the event. His championship time last year, 1:49.46 seconds. His top time this year, 1:47.75, so a couple of seconds quicker. Ben Nagel out of UND finished 4th. That was 4th last year after he was number 1 through the prelims. Tanner Meyer, who was 3rd indoors out of Minnesota State, number 5 seed. And then Aiden Urban out of Westminster. He was part of this event a year ago, did not advance beyond the prelims. Heat number 2, watch lanes 3 and 8 in particular. Meyer gets Mustafa from Academy of Art with the early advance around the turn. As the athletes start to make their way inward. Ethan Lang from Fort Hays State, number 6. Nagel is hit number 4. David Cardenas out of Adams State. Right now in the top 4. Meyer, top 2. Nagel with the lead. On the outside, Rugen Arup. He right now is second to last. See if he makes that push. A lap to go. So in that first lap, good looking run there for Nagel and Meyer. Meyer at 56.20 seconds, Nagel at 56.47. It is Meyer followed by Nagel. 1 and 2. On the outside, Aiden Urban. Also there is Cardenas. Here's Ethan Lang, cut off by Ruganera. Meyer number 1, Nagel number 2. But quick movement here. Now the outside. Ruganera. Talk about his speed. The returning champion of this event. Look at this finish. Out of nowhere. He was second to last. After a lap. Ends extremely strong to take the heat at 1:49.51 seconds. Nagel second. Meyer ends up finishing third. Ben Nagel from Indianapolis, the other automatic qualifier in heat number 2. So Ruganera is moving on to Saturday's final to try to successfully defend his championship in this event. Heat number 3 will feature Reese Sherman Newell out of Colorado State Pueblo. He is the top seed this season, 1:45.56 seconds. Shane Cohen, he's from Tampa, finished 9th in this event a year ago. Just in front of him was Clement Palin out of American International. He went 2nd indoors, 8th outdoors last May. His top time this season, 1:48.46 seconds. Magoob out of West Texas A&M. He'll be in lane 4. Connor Wells out of Chico State. CSU Pueblo well represented here in this event with a couple of runners in this heat alone. Again, Ruganero taking that last heat through the first couple of heats. He has the top prelim time. As Ruganera along with Nagel, Ferguson, and Hood have all automatically advanced. Hood, another out of Colorado State Pueblo. They will host this event next year. They will be the host site next May 25th through the 27th for the NCAA Division II Outdoor Track and Field Championships. Underway here in Heat 3. No Connor Wells. He has been a scratch from Chico State, so lane 3 empty. Palin out of American International. Shane Cohen. Going to be Palin in front. Drew Weber out there. Weber out of Western Washington. Tipped in along with Sherman Newell. A couple of teammates looking to make that move. Also back there is Weber. And right now, Reese Sherman Newell going to move up to 2nd place. Clement Palin, the leader, 1 lap in.
1,500 meters also in the conversation there as we go through
in the first 400, Palin with a time of 52.16 seconds. Reese Sherman Newell at 52.63. No movement near the top. With Reese Sherman Newell taking over that lead, keeping Palin in 2nd. Aaron All from Simon Fraser in the top 3. Drew Weber now into 4th place. So the top seed Looking to finish strong here.
Well away from the field here, setting the standard on.
Palin in second. Final push from Shane Cohen. And Cohen,
All the way down to the line. He's going to likely nail
did he
that
finish second? No, he finishes number 1. Shane Cohen with that final burst of energy. Able to hold off Reese Sharman Newell by 0.04 seconds at the end. Cohen, the Heat 3 winner. And Reese Sharman Newell finishing number 2. Goodness. So, as the times get figured out here as to who is advancing, we know that Ferguson, Hood, Ruganera, Nagel, Cohen, Sharman, Newell are the 6 automatic qualifiers. We'll get the other 3 best times in just a moment. Last couple of days, the heptathlon taking place.
Williamson.
16 athletes, 7 event for which yesterday, beginning with the 100-meter hurdles, won by Cheyenne Williamson of Saginaw Valley State at 13.62 seconds. There's Williamson with the high jump, won the high jump, 1.75. In the shot put, Mauricia Spence from Angelo State, 13.16 meters or 43 feet, 2¼ inches. Shot put, the third of 4 events yesterday, and the day came to a close in the 200 meters. And again, it was Cheyenne Williamson, a personal record, 23.70 seconds, able to hold off Blakely Wynn, who took second from Pittsburgh State, at 24.14 seconds. Williamson came in the day 2 with a 309-point lead with 3 events to go. The defending champion of the heptathlon. Day 2, Cheyenne Williamson. Long jump. That was won by Mauricia Spence from Angelo State. There's Spence at 5.89. Williamson finishing in third at 5.65. Nicole Warwick out of Azusa Pacific sandwiched in between in second place. The javelin throw, Lusa Fisher out of Azusa Pacific, the winner. Be your teammate Alyssa Henry from Azusa Pacific. Fisher at 43.56, Henry at 41.99. And day today, wrapping up with the 800 meters, Trace Mosby out of Pittsburgh State, the winner at 2 minutes and 16.40 seconds. Jenrette from Colorado Mesa second, Rossi from Fort Hays State finishing third, but hugs all around. Cheyenne Williamson, a repeat champion in the heptathlon, 3rd consecutive year. An athlete from Saginaw Valley State has won the heptathlon, with Lauren Huebner winning in 2019. Williamson, by the way, those points, 57-57, 7th best in NCAA Division II history. So a couple of heptathlon championships and a couple of indoor pentathlon championships on the resume for Cheyenne Williamson. Heat 1 of 3 now in the women's 800-meter run. And the prelims in this first heat. Watching Kelly Ann Beckford in lane 5 from Lincoln, Missouri. Number 3 seed did not advance beyond the prelims. Took 12th last year. Was second in this event indoors. A lot of experience in this heat. Yeah. Chapko from Grand Valley State, number 4 seed, 8th place finisher a year ago. Elizabeth Aishin out of UMary, a 5th place finisher a year ago. 4 others, besides those 2 just mentioned, that did not advance beyond the prelims. Again, in this field, a loaded field of 8. Kellyanne Beckford, though, best qualifying time coming in. Jessica Simon, Kellyanne Beckford, hip number 5. Natalia Novak from Academy of Art with the early lead. Kellyanne Beckford. Also there, Jessica Simon from Adams State, hip number 2. Novak, 14th in the prelims last year. Right now it's Novak using the outside, the inside's Kellyanne Beckford. Setting the pace here in this first lap. Jessica Simon in 3rd. Michaela Akers out of Azusa Pacific in the top 4. Minute 5 into this first heat. So Novak, a minute 5.01 seconds. Kellyanne Beckford, 0.07 seconds behind. Novak, now on the outside. Axon from UMary looking to make a move. And following a collision, Akers clipped the heel, looked like of Novak's shoe. Novak, not sure if she lost, in fact, looks like she lost her shoe. As Akers stumbles backwards, Kellyanne Beckford. Now Chapko from Grand Valley State moves into 2nd. Akers back there. It's become Kellyanne Beckford against Taryn Chapko, 1 and 2. What a turn of events. After Novak, the leader through 1 lap, it looked like she lost her shoe. It appeared that Akers stepped down the heel of her shoe. Akers stumbled and fell backwards. Novak continued to run with only 1 shoe. And Kellyanne Beckford takes the heat. 2 minutes and 10.47 seconds. Chapko at 2 minutes 10.88 seconds. You see the effect of that collision with Novak and Akers. 7th and 8th in that first heat.
She was on winning Division II team for the season.
So good run there for Kellyanne Beckford. Ran the first lap in minute 5.08 seconds. Ran the second lap in just over a minute 5. Minute 5.40. Heat number 2. The lineup will feature the top seed, the indoor champion, Allison Andrews-Paul, a senior from Simon Fraser. May from Lincoln, Missouri in lane 7. Finished 3rd in this event last year. Ledesma from Azusa Pacific, the 6th seed. Her best time this season, 2 minutes 7.31 seconds. See, somebody must have dropped something in the background as they were coming set. Looked like Allison Andrews-Paul flinched a little upon whatever may have fallen in the background, some background noise. So reset. And a clean start here to heat number 2. Mercado from San Marcos in lane 9. You have May making her cut to the inside. And May will have the early advantage. Braybrook in the first from Colorado State Pueblo. Allison Andrews-Paul in the top 3. So right now, Braybrook, a freshman, out to the early advantage. May About to be passed here by Andrews Paul. Also movement, Ledesma. So Braybrook ran that first lap in 1 minute, 1.23 seconds. Allison Andrews Paul right now in second, with the top two automatically advancing to the final at 3:55 Eastern tomorrow. Ledesma on the outside. Ledesma to second, with Allison Andrews Paul in first. Kaylee Hart from Northwest Missouri looking to make a move as well, but Allison Andrews Paul running away with his second heat. Question is, who's going to finish second? Because here comes May. Although Allison Andrews Paul, looks like she's slowing down a little bit. Not the case, and she will finish first in this heat. May right now is in second. See if that holds up. She's got company to the finish line. So Allison Andrews Paul, Kaylee Hart does in fact finish second, right at the end from Northwest Missouri. Finishing 0.10 seconds faster than May, who finishes third. Allison Andrews Paul from Simon Fraser, Kaylee Hart from Northwest Missouri, the two automatic qualifiers. Before we set the Heat 3 lineup, the qualifiers in the men's 800 have gone final. It's Cohen, Sharman Newell, Palin, All, Ruganera, Nagel, Tipton, and then Ferguson and Hood. Here's the lineup for heat number 3 here in the women's 800. Beckwith from Embry-Riddle in lane 2. She did second. And Katie McCune out of Drury is seated 5th in lane 4. Wright, see her name on your screen, is in lane 8 from Colorado Mines. Not advanced beyond the prelims, just missed out. She finished 10th last year by 0.07 seconds. That's how close she was to advancing to the final a year ago. Hoping she can get to the final this time around. Back for her junior year. Well, top time so far in these two heats, 2 minutes, 7.24 seconds. Third and final in the prelims of the women's 800-meter run. Right. We have Cammie Streff from Augustana, South Dakota. McFadden from Queens, North Carolina. Out in front. Right now, a battle for second. McFadden, her best time in this event this season, 2 minutes and 9.76 seconds. That for the freshman. You remember some of these years is based on eligibility. Some freshmen have been around a couple of years with the extra year after and through the pandemic. But here with McFadden, what a pace she is setting through one lap. Can she keep it up? Goodness. Minute 0.35 seconds. McCune right now is in second. Sawyer out of Central Missouri in third. Wright in fourth. Beckwith, top 5. McCune gaining. As is Beckwith, hip number 2. McFadden slowing a little, trying to power through. McCune using the outside to fly by. Here comes Beckwith, not far behind. Katie McCune around the final turn. And now the home stretch here for McCune against Beckwith. Beckwith now in front. Beckwith. And Beckwith is going to take the third heat. Question is, who took second? Brzezinska able to sneak in from Minnesota Duluth, with McCune finishing in third. So Beckwith and Brzezinska 1 and 2. Wow. Meaning Andrews Paul, Beckwith, Brzezinska, McCune, Sawyer, Harp, May, Kelly Ann Beckford, and Taryn Chapko, the 9 advancing to tomorrow's final. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we get set for the men's 110-meter hurdles. It's day 2 of D2 Outdoor Track and Field Championships in Michigan.
Alabama, Huntsville, your remaining qualifiers into tomorrow's final in the men's 200. So we have now finished up.
Welcome back to the campus at Grand Valley State University here in Allendale, Michigan. Day 2 of the 2022 NCAA Division II Outdoor Track and Field Championships. Only one more field event still going on as we speak, and that is the women's triple jump final flight, final round. A chance here. That with Childress out of Pittsburgh State. Currently in 8th place is Anna Childress, 12.33, her best jump. And down the runway, her 6th attempt at a couple of fouls on her first 2 tries today. 12.20, knocks her down. Well, she is in fact going to be right now knocked down to 9th off her latest attempt. You have Glover from Benedict, who is currently in 8th. She had been in 7th, but Raddick, right before he came back from break, moved into 7th place, up 2 spots from 9th. So Glover, we're going to stay on the podium, and right now she is in 8th place, 12.27, that latest jump. That brings up Cavalier out of American International, currently in 6th place, 12.45. That came off her 2nd attempt. And for Cavalier, tough end, 11.91. In the triple jump, Taylor Nellums came in as the reigning champion. Right now, she sits in 3rd. Here is Jade T'Souza out of Cal Poly Pomona in 5th place. Had been in 3rd for the first couple of rounds before dropping a couple of spots after her first flight.
Push through it. Push.
Right now, the leader is Morris at 12.91. She finished 2nd last year, was first indoor, came as the top seed. With Nellums finishing 2nd to Morris indoor and coming as the number 2 seed. T'Souza, 12.07. She stays put in 5th.
Let's go,
Annie Topol out of New Mexico Highlands in 4th place. A best jump at 12.67. Finished 3rd in this event last year. 12.46. She'll stay put in fourth. Chance here to gain some ground for Taylor Nellums out of West Texas A&M. Her last jump, her best so far, 12.87. .13 is her best jump on the season.
Come on!
Well, for Nellums, a foul with the red flag going up. So she will stay put in third. Marie-Jeanne Orega with a chance to potentially move up. 12.90, that came off her third attempt. She also has had 2 fouls among her first 5 jumps.
Let's go, Marie!
Orega winning the women's long jump yesterday. Repeat champion of that event. Sixth place finisher in this event last year. Third indoor.
That's all right, girl.
And Orega with a foul, which means Deandra Morris from UMary is going to win the outdoor championship. So Morris finishing second a year ago will finish number 1. She'll get one more jump to see if she can improve on her 12.91. But she was the indoor champion and now she'll be the outdoor champion. Heck of a school year for Deandra Morris out of UMary. And she has had, of her 6 jumps, 3 fouls, and now she gets a 13.05. To only further her margin of victory. And so Morris, the champion here in 2022 in the women's triple jump. The women's discus throw just wrapped up, and here's the podium ceremony with Ashlyn Burton from Central Missouri finishing in 8th. And Ruiz Spaulding out of Texas A&M, Kingsville 7th. Taylor out of Minnesota State finishing in 6th. Richards out of Grand Valley State finishing 5th. Brooke Bowes finishing 4th. Cindy Blackburn from Albany State 3rd. Feistel out of Grand Valley State 2nd. And Zeta Swoops, 56.84, the champion in the discus throw. For Swoops, a repeat champion in this event. Came into the weekend. Swoops, the reigning champion in the shot put and the discus throw. The women's shot put taking place tomorrow at 11:15 a.m. Back out of the track, the hurdles have been set up for the men's 110-meter hurdles. 3 heats, top 2 in each heat advancing, plus the next 3 best times, 9 in all, to the championship. That will take place at 2:45 tomorrow. So that is taking place on the docket tomorrow, as you saw the lane assignments. In this first heat, Rollins out of Pittsburgh State, number 2 seed, but Samuel Hartman from Seton Hill, the reigning champion. He is in lane 5. 13.88 was his time. 13.88 seconds. He won the title by 0.01. Hartman came into the weekend also as the reigning champ in the 400-meter hurdles.
On your mark.
Those prelims taking place yesterday, and for Hartman, He finished in 14th and not advanced to the finals, so he will not get the opportunity, at least in that event, to defend his title, but looking to do so here in the 110-meter hurdles. Rounds in lane 5. Note that Chris Hutnell out of Colorado Springs did not start. A scratch. And a good looking run. That for Rollins. 13.61. Wow. He'll have a chance at the meet record come tomorrow. The meet record is 13.43, set back in 1993. His season best, 13.43. So 13.61 here in prelims. Romaine Henry out of Washburn, number 2 for the automatic qualification at 13.91 seconds.
The South Atlantic champion at 110-meter hurdles and an indoor qualifier in the 60 hurdles.
Hartman finishing in 5th. He'll have to wait and see, but maybe a tough couple of days for the reigning champion in the 2 hurdle events. Heat number 2 features TJ Caldwell. He's in lane 4 from Pittsburgh State. Number 4 seed is Ryan Field from Cal Poly Pomona. William Gray from Limestone is in lane 3, finished 8th last year. His season best time this year is 14.04 seconds.
8. That is the sophomore from Cal Poly Pomona, the CCA champ at 400.
I'm going to look at the assignments here in Heat 2 with Gray, Caldwell, Williams, Christensen, Perryman, and Fields.
Let's go, TJ. Come on, TJ.
Top seed is Jamal Wilson. He'll be in heat number 3. I'm going to bring up Wilson because he owns the NCAA Division II record in this event. Top seed at 13.39 seconds. So right now, resetting some of the hurdles that got knocked down during the first heat. Talk more about that record set by Wilson earlier this season. In fact, just a couple of weeks ago. Great job by this crew. We talked about it last night here at Grand Valley State. All the officials, the volunteers, not only in the case of making sure the hurdles are set up correctly, but also even last night, trying to do their best to get some of the standing water off the track after some heavy rains hampered the area a little bit after 8 o'clock. Looks like everything checks out. Officials off the track. Final instructions here for heat number 2. Keep an eye on Caldwell in the red in lane 4. Fields in the green from Cal Poly Pomona, lane 8. Here we go with heat number 2.
That is the man from Minnesota State who was first at the hurdle and got a little rally
Caldwell
in the middle of the track. And we have 3 left.
has 3 athletes having a tough time.
Struggling there over the last hurdle.
What a turn of events.
Round of applause for these
And again, a couple of athletes having a tough time clearing the last hurdle. That being TJ Caldwell from Pittsburgh State. And Ryan Fields takes the heat at 14.50 seconds. Christensen from Minnesota State finishing number 2 at 14.51. But another look at this. Watch this. Following the stumble, and then Caldwell went down. But William Gray, Warren Williams, and TJ Caldwell, the 3 that all eventually stumbled or fell. And in the case of Caldwell, he fell a couple of different times trying to get back up and finish strong.
Sophomore from West Texas A&M, number 1 on the performance list this year, the school record holder for West Texas, Jamal Wilson.
So Caldwell, the number 3 seed, and then William Gray, an 8th place finisher last year. And those 2 right now, after their falls, it is not looking like they will advance beyond the prelims. So a big blow here in heat number 2 for those athletes. And now to heat number 3, and you see the assignments. Jamal Wilson, West Texas A&M. Mentioned he just a couple of weeks ago, not even. May 15th at the West Texas A&M Last Chance meet in Canyon, Texas. He broke the 28-year-old NCAA Division II record in the 110-meter hurdles, 13.35. They list his best time as 13.39, but the Last Chance, 13.35. The old mark was 13.37, set back on May 12th in 1994 by Brian Amos out of Abilene Christian. He was a 3-time NCAA Division II national champion in this event. But for Wilson, that record breaks the Lone Star Conference record and the school record, also tying him for 25th among all collegiate levels. The meet record, also owned by Brian Amos, set in May of 1993, is 13.43. That very much could be in jeopardy. Maybe not today, but if he's to advance to the final on Saturday, look out. He's the top seed. And then Leroy Elliott Jr. from Adams State in lane 4, the 6th seed, 13.97 seconds. A number of the, again, hurdles being set back up. So far, Rollins, Henry, Field, and Christensen, the 4 automatic qualifiers. See some of the athletes on the women's side for the 100-meter hurdles already getting ready behind this Heat 3 group. After the hurdles, we have the finals for the men's and then women's 3,000-meter steeplechase after the prelims took place yesterday. And then our day 2 coverage wraps up with the prelims in the men's and women's 4x400-meter relay. Quick day 2, all setting up for a championship Saturday. We'll be back with you here in Allendale, Michigan on the air around 1:45 tomorrow afternoon. And a number of champions and the team champs will be crowned as well. It's going to be a fun Saturday here in Michigan. Today, 8 champions. Already talked about the decathlon and heptathlon. A couple of women's field champs, couple of men's field champs, and then, as mentioned, the men's and women's 3,000 meter steeplechase champions among the finalists here on this Friday. Apparently everything checks out. Look at the hurdles still to make sure everything lines up correctly. See the athletes kind of sitting around as well. And again, not sure if something doesn't check out. Got a series of hurdles went down during that last heat. As mentioned, 3 athletes eventually either stumbling or getting tripped up. This time of the jump. And the all good has not been given yet for this third heat.
I tried.
Again, not sure what the holdup may be. See some of the officials coming together. Athletes just kind of sitting around, standing around, at least those in heat 3. They've already been given their instructions, final instructions. Best time so far through the first couple of heats belonging to Rollins from Pittsburgh State of 13.61 seconds. All looking toward the start is that group of officials. Those 3 looking at the paperwork. And again, not sure if this is all stemming from what we saw and the 3 athletes stumbling during that second heat, if this is all related or not, but while that transpires, look at the podium. Awards being handed out. So the women's triple jump.
For Jade D'Souza, Cal Poly Pomona.
Glover from Benedict finishing 8th. Braddock from Angelo State finishing 7th. Cavalier from American International taking 6th. D'Souza from Cal Poly Pomona finishing 5th. Topol from New Mexico Highland finishing 4th. Taylor Nellums out of West Texas A&M finishing 3rd. Orega from Academy of Arts, 12.90 finishing in 2nd. And Morris, the indoor, now the outdoor champion, the triple jump. 13.05 or 42 feet 9 and 3/4 inches. To bring home the title. So the award ceremony is complete.
Oh yeah, cat!
Still waiting to see if we were anywhere closer to starting this third heat in the men's 110 meter hurdles. Again, we don't know up here, at least have not been made aware of what the holdup is, what the conversation may be about, but there are many, at least important people to this event that are right now conversing at various points around the infield. And trying to get a look-see from our vantage point, can't quite see the starting blocks if the athletes are anywhere near a position to start. Can't see the athlete just trying to stay loose. So heat number 3, a hold up here. And again, not sure if this is all stemming, is related from how the second heat played out.
All right, folks, we are moving forward with the third heat here of the hurdles. We did have some action on the track after that collision there in the next round, so we'll reset the lineup here for you. Lane 2, Jamal.
But here we go again. I guess after all that conversing with those collisions, the 3 that stumbled or went down, all coming into play. And
Texas A&M Commerce in 7, Alessio Somacall, Cal Poly Pomona.
not sure if there was a protest of some kind that was being sorted out. We can tell you that just here over the loudspeaker, they've announced the lineup once again, which would make me believe that we're close to getting this third heat started. Krykov out of Angelo State, not out there. This coming after he finished number 1 in the decathlon, 10 events. So it appears he's going to be a scratch here from the third heat prelim. Jamal Wilson, the NCAA Division II record holder. Lane 2 is Wilson from West Texas A&M.
Well there, the man from Commerce.
Watching Wilson has the lead.
East side of the track, and here's McLean from Alabama Huntsville on the run-up.
But Wilson against a prelim with Wilson McLean from Alabama Huntsville. Wilson at 13.89 seconds, so just doing what he needed to do to get into the final. McLean finishing second at 13.96 seconds.
That we had on notice earlier. That is in the conversation here.
So right now it appears Rowland, Wilson, Henry, McLean, Wagner, Macon, Bartlett, Fields, and Christensen will be the 9 that will advance as it sits right now. We'll see if anything is protested, but those are the results that we have as of right now in the 3 heats of the men's 110-meter hurdles. So that gets sorted out. One thing that's already been sorted out, the men's discus throw. One of the 2 men's field events on the day 2 docket. In the discus throw, all said and done, you had a field of 21, and eventually came down to the likes Moraz, Ibrahim, Zach Hancock, and Kason Brown. Here are the top 3 finishers. You check out some of the highlights from the field that dwindled down throughout the course of this day. Kason Brown and Angelo State finishing 3rd at 55.52. Zach Hancock, Alabama Huntsville. Here's Hancock, who was number 5 seed coming in, 4th last year. His best throw at 57.81 to give him that 2nd place finish and 8 points toward his Alabama Huntsville team score. But when all said and done, Ibrahim of Texas A&M Commerce, a new meet record, 61.21, 4th in Division II history, came as the top seed, and he stands number 1 ahead of the rest on the podium in the men's discus throw. A little bit later on, we'll show you the men's high jump. That's the only other men's field event that took place today. The women's 100-meter hurdles is coming up next. There's the assignments here in Heat 1. Lanes 3 through 8 on your screen. Top 2 in each heat plus the next 3 best times, 9 advancing. The meet record is 12.70 seconds, set in 2013.
Missouri Southern, Jeanette Allison, Lincoln and Missouri, Natasha Burnett.
See right now the
Lewis,
hurdles being adjusted.
Pittsburgh State and Maddie Rossi of Fort Hays State.
So the 100-meter hurdles here with Bracia Spence from Angelo State in lane 3, and she has had a busy couple of days already. Spence part of the Heptathlon. Over the 2 days, able to come through with a shot put win along with a win in the long jump. So she'll be in lane 3. Smith, Allison, Burnett, Hagan, Rossi. Maddie Rossi also competing in the Heptathlon out of Fort Hays State. Kiara Smith from Missouri Southern, the number 4 seed. And then Natasha Burnett out of Lewis. Finished in 4th last year at 13.87 seconds. The defending champion is Melanie Welsing out of Queens, North Carolina. She's back. She'll be in heat number 3. In fact, the top 5 finishers in this event, I'll make it top 6 in this event from last year, are all back competing against one another. Indoor, they run the 60-meter hurdles, and that was an event that was won by Denisha Cartwright. Kiara Smith took 2nd, and then Melanie Welsing finished 3rd. So again, these are athletes in these 3 heats that know each other awfully well, that have been on this stage, whether it be indoor, outdoor, many different times facing one another.
On your march.
Heat 1 off and running. Watching Smith. Smith with the lead. Allison right now in 2nd. Rossi looking for a strong finish. Kiara Smith and Allison 1 and 2 to advance. Kiara Smith 13.64 seconds. That matches her best this season. Allison at 13.88.
Jane Orega, who just finished up in the triple jump from Academy of Art. She'll be running in lane 2, the runner-up in the Pac West 100 hurdles this year. She was also 8th in the national.
Heat number 2 coming up as you look at Kiara Smith from Missouri Southern.
University of Mary.
Her ticket punched to the final on Saturday. And that's at 2:55 Eastern. How about this here in Heat 2? You have Bridget Orega. Talk about a busy day for her as well. And she was just in action.
She was 5th in the MIAA 100 hurdles earlier.
That in the triple jump.
Roxanne Foster of American International, 6th in the Division 260.
Finishing number 2. So from the triple jump now to the 100-meter hurdles, and she'll be in lane 2 from Academy of Art. Finished 5th in this event last year, is the number 6 seed this year.
In the GLIAC 100 hurdles, she'll be running in lane 8.
Cole Brock out of University of Mary. Cannot advance beyond the prelims, took 11th last year. Jayla Walker from Azusa Pacific finished second by 0.04 seconds behind Welsing last May. Walker's in lane 4, the number 2 seed at 13.38 seconds. Her championship time was 13.47. And then you have Roxanne Foster from American International in lane 6. A 6th place finisher last year. So final instructions given here to runners here in Heat 2.
On your mark. Come on, Rita, go get it. Go get your money. Let's go, Taylor.
Fast for Michigan.
Set.
Watch Walker in lane 4. Has the lead. New Allen from Missouri Southern right there as well. But a stumble upon that hurdle jump with Roxanne Foster may cost her.
Let's go, Jay.
Orega takes the heat. Walker finishing second.
Good job, Jay.
Bad break for Foster. Looked like she was gaining and
Good job, Taylor.
unable to cleanly clear that final hurdle. Orega 13.74, so not even phased by jumping from one event quickly to the next. Refocusing, and Walker at 13.82 seconds. See Foster coming in at the end at 15.54, and looked like she was starting to gain momentum too. Some frustration there for Roxanne Foster. You'll see it coming up. Foster right there, about to gain the lead, or at least is in second at that point before she stumbles, try to recover, trying to maintain her balance. She maintained her balance, or at least able to find that balance, but by then it cost her some valuable seconds, and she finishes last in that second heat. In this third heat, it starts with Tanisha Cartwright, third place finisher last year, number 1 seed, 13.28 seconds, but also the defending champion of this event, Melanie Welsing, in lane 6. Her championship time last year was 13.43 seconds. Fifth seed, 13.67. So she'll be part of this third heat. So Tanisha Cartwright from Minnesota State and Welsing out of Queens, North Carolina, figured to be among the favorites here in this third heat. A stoppage right now while some officials tend to the situation in the stands. So that's the holdup as we speak here in Allendale, Michigan. So as this medical situation gets taken care of, we'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll see if we are ready to start the third heat or not here in the women's 100-meter hurdle from Allendale, Michigan on NCAA.com. Back at the Grand Valley State University Track and Field Stadium here in Allendale, Michigan. It's day 2 of the 2022 NCAA Division II Men's and Women's Outdoor Track and Field Championships. Right now, a pause in the action, getting ready for the third and final heat of the women's 100-meter hurdles, but there right now is a medical situation in the stands. It's in the stands, but near the start-finish line, at least where the starting blocks would be here for the women's 100-meter hurdles. So that's the holdup right now, is someone's being tended to. Hope everything is all right, but again, right now that is the holdup here from Allendale, Michigan. Again, still to come as we wait for heat number 3. The men's 3,000-meter steeplechase final. The women's 3,000-meter steeplechase final will come up, and then day 2 wraps up with prelims of both the men's and women's 4x400-meter relay.
The record in the 100 hurdles.
We're back with you on Saturday. Note our coverage window gets underway at 1:45. 3 men's field champions, 4 women's field champions, 10 men's track champs, 10 women's track champs on top of the team champions will make their way to the podium throughout Saturday. And the athletes right now just trying to stay loose, but getting closer to the start of this third heat. Had a hold up between heats 2 and 3 during the men's 110-meter hurdles as well, after a wild second heat would see 3, whether they stumbled, got tripped up, mistimed their jump over the hurdle. We had 3 that had a tough time finishing, but would when trying to get the hurdles back in place. Called for a lengthy delay between the second and third heat on the men's side. You see the officials just trying to make sure the hurdles all align after some of the athletes, a couple of just practice jumps, just trying to stay loose. So far through the first couple of heats, we have seen Smith from Missouri Southern, Arega from Academy of Art, Walker from Azusa Pacific, and Allison from Lincoln, Missouri, the 4 automatic qualifiers. Top time so far through the first couple of heats, 13.64 seconds. Tanisha Cartwright, her top time this season, 13.28. It's going to be in lane 2. See her in the purple and black. Defending champion Melanie Welsing, lane 6. Out of Queens, North Carolina. Underway finally here in heat number 3. These athletes just doing all they can to stay focused, stay loose. Cartwright, along with Welsing. Tanisha Cartwright. And again, that last hurdle becoming an obstacle. Last couple of hurdles there. See Cartwright, also Cheyenne Williamson, part of that field. It is Cartwright and Myers. Welsing, the defending champion, she is the one that stumbled toward the end. And so Welsing does in fact finish, but based on her time, it looks like she will, let's see, look at the times coming in right now. She is not going to move on. So it's going to be a new champion. Cartwright, Myers, Smith, Orega, Walker, Morena, Allison, Rossi, and Bollebrook. The 9 advancing to the final tomorrow. But you saw Williamson in there as well after she won the heptathlon earlier in the day. The men's 3,000 meter steeplechase final is next. More to come from Allendale, Michigan. D2 Outdoor Track and Field Championships at NCAA.com.
Underway here in the finals of the men's steeplechase. 12 men in this final. Bryce Brown of Pittsburgh Stadium might have only runner-up in this event, number 3 all-time.
We are back here in Allendale, Michigan, underway in the men's 3,000 meter steeplechase final. A field of 19 down to 12, advancing after a couple of heats in the prelims last night.
Last year in the school record over there for the Bearcats. She's the number 11 performer all-time.
So early on, coming in, you had Clement Degue out of Adams State, the top seed. Number 2 seed was Jake Mitchum from Colorado Mines. Reese Smith out of Northwest Missouri came in as the number 3 seed. And then Caleb Futter out of Grand Valley State, a 6th seed and a 2nd place finisher last year. Degue right now in the lead, followed by Smith, Bryce Grant from Pittsburgh State. Here's Jake Mitchum, top 4, Ryan Hartman, top 5, out of Augustana, South Dakota. Degue right there in front, ran the first 237.84 seconds. Followed by Smith. To the water jump. 7.5 laps for these 12 athletes. Degue along with Smith, 1 and 2.
Second, Jake Mitchum in third. So those are the 3 men who have the pedigree in this event.
Futter in the top 4. Hartman want to stay close as well, along with Jake Mitchum.
Grand Valley in fourth.
Mitchum, a 3rd place finisher in the event last year. Reese Smith out of Northwest Missouri, he finished in 5th last year. But Caleb Futter, the sophomore from Grand Valley State, about 13 seconds back in 2nd place last May. Clement Degue out of Adams State continues to lead Reese Smith. Jake Mitchum, 3rd with Futter, 4th. Keith Ozowski out of Black Hills State figures to be near the front as well. He will get out of heat number 2. He's a senior, but advanced beyond the 2nd heat to this final after his showing last night. Minute 44.69 seconds through the first 600 for Degue. An update on some of the splits in a moment. 2 minutes 53.99 seconds for Degue with Smith almost a 2nd back. Mitchum in 3rd, Futter in 4th. Ozowski is 5th from Black Hills State. Bryce gone right now in 6th. Ryan Hartman 7th. Isaac Prather out of Concord in 7th. That last lap, a minute 9.30 seconds for Degue. Look at Mitchell, who's in 3rd, Futter in 4th. No change right now, 1 through 5. It's after Ozowski able to move up a spot. Futter moved up a spot. Grant moved back a couple of spots the last couple of laps. Nearing 4 minutes. And 4 laps to go. So Degue, now 1,000 meters in, 2 minutes and Now 1,400 meters in is at 4 minutes and 3.96 seconds. That last lap, he ran in just under 1:10. Reese Smith still in second, Mitchell in third, Futter fourth, Ozowski fifth. Ayrton Ledesma from Azusa Pacific moved up 4 spots to 6th place. Bryce God, he right now is in 7th place, moving down a spot. Just movement there. Pague, though, still the leader. Been around 1:09, almost 1:10, his last 2 laps. Reese Smith staying close in second. So John Lucas Becker from Queens, North Carolina, number 5 seed, in your picture a second ago. Right now he's in the back. He's set his own pace right now as these athletes are 3 laps. Have 3 laps remaining. The final of the men's 3,000 meter steeplechase. Field of 12 competing here on this Friday evening. Pague, that last lap, 1:10.52 seconds. Smith, who was nearly a second behind, has closed the gap. But then Ledesma moved up to 3rd, has Mitchell in 4th. Ozowski, Futter has dropped 3 spots to 7th right now. About a 3-second give or take differential between 2nd and 3rd. And 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th bunched together. Mitchell back into 3rd, moving Ledesma back, going into the water jump. Pague. And Smith still 1 and 2. Then comes Mitchell. Couple of laps remaining.
800 meters go, 6:24 on my watch. A battle brewing.
So Pague, 2,200 in, 6 minutes 24.24 seconds, 0.28 ahead of Smith. Mitchell in 3rd, Ozowski from Black Hills State in 4th. Bryce Grimes moved back up, he's in 5th. Starting to see a little more separation now. Not between 1st and 2nd, but you look, Mitchell has opened up a little bit of a lead in 3rd, then there's a battle for 4th and 5th, and a bit of a gap between 5th and 6th. So Pague just slightly look over that left shoulder to see if maybe he was able to create a little more separation from Smith, but again, Smith is right there. So the bell lap is coming up. Jake Mitchell in 3rd, but
the answer appears to be yes.
Big gap there as you see. Reese Smith
7:32 on the clock. It's plausible.
In the final lap, overtaking 1st place. That last lap, he ran in 1:08.06 seconds. Pague currently in 2nd. Mitchell in 3rd. He is about 5 seconds back. Reese Smith, a 5th place finisher a year ago, a number 3 seed coming in. Pague, the top seed this year, right now in 2nd. Smith saving the best for last. Smith from Northwest Missouri.
1 barrier to go. On the run out. 8:24.
And Smith.
Lead record is 8:35.
How about this?
Come on.
Reese Smith.
New meet record.
A Division II meet championship record for Reese Smith as he wins the 2022 men's 3,000 meter steeplechase. He ran that last lap in 1 minute and 1.07 seconds. The old record was 8 minutes 35.05 seconds. That was set on this track May 23rd of 2014. met by Tabor Stevens, but Reese Smith, the new record holder. And Smith, 8 minutes, 33.64 seconds. DeGue finishing second, Mitchum third, Ozowski fourth, Gron fifth, Futter sixth, Korer seventh, Hartman finishing eighth. The All-Americans in the 3,000-meter steeplechase. Heading into the final lap, DeGue with the lead, but Reese Smith using the outside, able to pass the junior from Adams State, and thereafter, there was no catching Reese Smith. Man, a minute, 1.07 seconds for that final lap. DeGue, a minute 9.95. Think about that. 8 seconds faster was Smith on that final lap and creating that separation. The women's 3,000-meter steeplechase is next. Field of 20, down to 12. Alexa Leppelmeyer from Walsh, number 2 seed. Hannah Becker, Grand Valley State, a 3 seed coming in. But it is Eleonora Cortabi out of West Texas A&M, the top seed. Her season best time, 10 minutes, 9.85 seconds, finished 14th a year ago. Ashley Corcoran out of SNHU, Southern New Hampshire University, number 4 seed. And Stevie Lawrence from Queens in North Carolina, a number 5 seed among those that have advanced beyond the prelims. The top finisher from last year that is back, Leppelmeyer, who finished in 5th. This is the final event that needs to be tabulated into the women's standings going into championship Saturday. And as of right now, through 6 events on the women's side, Grand Valley State has 26, Azusa Pacific and West Texas A&M with 21, Academy of Art with 18. And on the women's side, going into this event, that will factor into the team scores, then heading into Saturday. So 7.5 laps coming up. Meet record, 9 minutes, 47.72 seconds. That was set in 2018. Put that in perspective, 9:47. The top qualifying time was 10 minutes, 9.85 seconds. Underway in the final of the women's 3,000-meter steeplechase. So Hannah Becker out there. Becker's top time this season, 10 minutes, 18.31 seconds. Casey Rimpa out of Grand Valley State, also in this field of 12. So the first 200, you see the 12 grouped together. And through those 200 meters, it is Leppelmeyer from Walsh, followed by Becker from Grand Valley State. Cortabi out of West Texas A&M. Lawrence, Rachel Sweeney from Cedarville. Right now, 1 through 5. So Leppelmeyer. Her best time is 10 minutes, 13.21 seconds. Becker looking to move into first place with Leppelmeyer in second. And bunched together. To Stevie Lawrence in your picture. Off that water jump. Minute 40 in. That water jump creating a little bit of separation. Again, still bunched together, but we're going to see the top 4. We're going to change that, though. And yeah, Sarah Wills from Adams State into the top 5. With 6 laps to go, Becker in front. That last lap, minute 20.35 seconds. Leppelmeyer back in front. Cortabi appears to be in the top 3. Lawrence in the top 4. Sarah Wills, a big jump on Adams State. Leppelmeyer, Becker, Cortabi, top 3. A little bit of a stumble by a couple out of that water landing. It's Becker and Leppelmeyer. And Cortabi, the top seed. Also out there right now, you have Tony Moore from Lee in Tennessee. Moore finished 11th last year.
Sarah Wills of Adams State.
5 laps to go. Leppelmeyer. Passed here by Becker. Cortabi still in 3rd. Stevie Lawrence moving up. Sarah Wills still in the top 5. Rachel Sweeney sporting the gold from Cedarville. On the inside of the track in the top, right now top 6. So back and forth with Leppelmeyer and Becker. Cortabi hanging around. Amanda Montplizer from Minnesota State was trying to make a move on the outside, but she right now stays near 11th. Becker, Leppelmeyer. They come around the corner. Have 4 laps to go as they get ready to cross that finish line here. Leppelmeyer and Becker almost shoulder to shoulder. Becker with a hair of an advantage. Hannah Becker, that last lap, minute 24.06 seconds. Leppelmeyer, minute 24.09 is 0.01 seconds behind. Cortabi in 3rd, Lawrence in 4th, Wills 5th, Sweeney 6th. Marissa Diatri from Chico State, top 7, moved up a couple of spots that last lap. Again, right there, side by side almost. Becker and Leppelmeyer. There's Becker with the lead. Cortabi still in 3rd upon the water jump. See Becker look into her right. Cortabi right there along with Lawrence. Alexa Leppelmeyer. Still not even a baby step behind Becker with 3 laps to go. Last lap for Becker, a minute 23.03 seconds. And again, Leppelmeyer right there, a minute 23.05. Overall is 0.04 seconds behind. Cortabi, Lawrence, and Wills top 5. Diatri top 6. Corcoran in 7th. Nearing 7 minutes gone by. Leppelmeyer back. Oh, Becker again. In front, Cortabi makes a move. Looks like Leppelmeyer stumbled a little bit. It looked like she was about to catapult in front. She's now dropped back. Lawrence in the top 3. Leppelmeyer to 4th. Wills still in the top 5. But now Leppelmeyer right back. Using the outside. Top 3. 2 laps remaining. Becker and Cortabi battling for the top 2 spots. Becker still with the slight advantage. Cortabi in 2nd, 0.02 behind. Then it's Leppelmeyer who ran that last lap in a minute 22.79. Cortabi now in front. Becker to 2nd. Leppelmeyer and Lawrence 3 and 4. 8:10 gone by. Eleonora Cortabi. Boy, what a difference a year makes. Again, you see the effects. Heavy legs getting this late in the event. Off that water jump. And Cortabi, 14th a year ago. Leppelmeyer moves into 2nd. Becker to 3rd, looks over her left shoulder. Lawrence in 4th. And going into the final lap, it's Cortabi with the lead. Minute 17.35 for that last lap for Cortabi. Leppelmeyer 2nd, Becker in 3rd, followed by Stevie Lawrence.
Smoothly. One more barrier before she goes to the water barrier.
Cortabi and then Leppelmeyer. Right now keeping an eye on 3rd and 4th to see if perhaps Lawrence makes a push to get by Hannah Becker. Certainly gaining. So Cortabi, Leppelmeyer. Right now it is still what was Becker in 3rd. Looks like Stevie Lawrence may have just passed her. Cortabi,
very controlled race for Connie.
as she nears the finish line, she will be your women's 3,000 meter steeplechase champion here in 2022. Eleonora Cortabi from West Texas A&M, 10 minutes, 7.77 seconds. Ran that last lap in a minute 12.07. Leppelmeyer finishing in 2nd. Stevie Lawrence takes 3rd. Hannah Becker finishing 4th for Grand Valley State. Casey Rumphoff from Grand Valley State finishing in 5th. So some points being scored by the Lakers by those two in 4th and 5th. Sweeney finishing in 6th. Diatri finishing in 7th. And Sarah Wills will reach the podium with an 8th place finish representing Adams State. Pleiser 9th, Corcoran 10th, Emil Ramos 11th, and Tony Moore finishing 12th. But you see the time, 10 minutes, 7.77 seconds. That for Cortabi. who finishes number 1 in the women's 3,000 meter steeplechase. The finals are complete for this second day. We still have the men's and women's 4x4 meter relays coming up. Podium for the men's 3,000 meter steeplechase. Ryan Hartman from Augustana in South Dakota finishing 8th. Core out of Azusa Pacific 7th. Futter from Grand Valley State finishing 6th. Ron from Pittsburgh State 5th. Ozowski from Black Hills State 4th. Mitchell finishing 3rd from Colorado Mines. DeGue from Adams State finishing 2nd. But Reese Smith, number 1, as he was able to set a new Division II meet record, Evenson 33.64 seconds. Number 1 from Northwest Missouri, Reese Smith. The sophomore finishing 5th a year ago, number 3 seed, finishes number 1. So day 2 is winding down. Lights are on here in Allendale, Michigan. And up next, again, we will have the 4x400, but we will have the men's high jump results from earlier today. And in the men's high jump, a couple of members from Grand Valley State competing near the top. Number of personal records set. Jonathan Rankins James out of Grand Valley State finishing in 4th. Eli Kosiba, he was the number 2 seed coming in. He finished number 3 at 2.16. Perhaps the big surprise was Nyshoran Pierre from Holy Family, the freshman. He was the last to qualify for nationals, 19th and last, and he was leading going into the final jump. Finished in 2nd at 2.19, but it was Ushan Pereira from Texas A&M Commerce, repeat champion in the high jump. He also finished 1st indoors in the high jump. 2.22 or 7 feet, 3 1/4 inches. Texas A&M Commerce, 3 out of the top 6 finishers. That in the high jump.
8 in the women's steeple. Katabi, Levelmeyer, Lawrence, Becker, Ripma, Swede, Diatri.
Athletes making their way onto the track, getting ready for a loaded field here in the 4x400. On the men's side, a couple of heats. Top 2 in each heat. Next 5 best times thereafter advance. So 9 total will be in the final tomorrow at 5:50. His first heat. See the lane assignments with West Texas A&M. Lane 2, lane 3, Fort Hays State. Emporia State in lane 4. Lane 5 with Southern Connecticut State. Grand Valley State, lane 6. And then lane 7, Limestone with Lincoln, Missouri, lane 8. Limestone finished 2nd last year in this event. They have 1 senior, a couple of juniors, and a freshman making up their relay team. Grand Valley State finished in 3rd. West Texas A&M, the top seed, their best time coming in 3 minutes and 7.83 seconds. West Texas A&M did not even have a 4x400 qualifier last year, so a chance here to score some big points as they come to Allendale, Michigan as the favorites to win the men's team title, and this relay team certainly helping out. And we mentioned it yesterday when you look at where their entries fall. sprints, hurdles, relay teams is where they're expected to score big to lay claim to the men's team title. Meet record, 3 minutes, 3.38 seconds. That was set back in 1984 by Abilene Christian, now a Division I program, but during their time in Division II, they along with St. Augustine's, man, it seems like every year those two are battling for a men's team title. St. Augustine's, 16 titles, their last coming in 2017. Abilene Christian, their Division II history with 19 men's team titles. Their last coming though in 2011.
All right, fans, we're going to go to the next event, and this is going to be the final event of the day.
So heat one coming up.
Preliminaries of the men's 4x400 meter relay. So we'll
besides
take our camera crew and
Limestone and Grand Valley State, Southern Connecticut State took 6th in this event last year, and Fort Hays State finishing 7th last May.
Let's get your lane assignments in the first of 2 heats in the men's 4x4.
For West Texas A&M, among those running will be Odell James, Quentin Sansing, Malik Diop, along with William Froby.
In 4, third in the MIAA with a season's best of 3:11.68, Emporia State.
We'll see Brandon Miller for Grand Valley State, Kalen Harkey, Jackson Blanchard, Miles Rhodes. A couple of those names already have been involved in other individual events here in these first couple of days.
In 7, the South Atlantic runners-up season
From Fort Hays State, Nolan Churchman.
In 8, the MIAA champions.
He ran in 10 events over the last couple of days in the decathlon. He is part of the Fort Hays State 4x400. He is running alongside Hayden Albright, Ethan Lang, and Jack Packabeyer. Again, the athletes just trying to stay loose right now as they get ready here for their one lap. Watching Limestone and Grand Valley State near the top of your screen in lanes 7 and 6. Lincoln, Missouri. Watching, look at your screen on your left-hand side in lane 8. Limestone with Javaris Michael, Mikhail Hart, Evan Wells, and Yevner Frederick, the 4 running. Right now, Grand Valley State in 2nd. I'll make that 3rd, that is, with Limestone in 1st. Lincoln, Missouri now back in front. Those 2 are 1 and 2 with Grand Valley State in 3rd through the first lap. Now the all-important handoff. Looking for a clean exchange. And a great exchange here for Grand Valley State. They fly into first place.
And here's West Texas on the inside of the track.
Get all about that handoff, and for Grand Valley State, it was clean. Able to gain momentum and really never breaking from stride. Nice recovery here, though, for West Texas A&M. So West Texas A&M, Lincoln, Missouri, right now in 2nd. Grand Valley State has dropped to 4th. Big push being made by Southern Connecticut State, and so Southern Connecticut State is going to move into 1st upon this handoff. 3rd of 4 legs in the 4x400. Southern Connecticut State with Sachin Manning, Elijah Henry, Ramsley Zantis, along with Nigel Green running. Lincoln, Missouri. See West Texas A&M in second.
Tightly moving through the turn here. West Texas still shadows.
Southern Connecticut State, the 5th seed. West Texas A&M back in front.
Is going to be a difference maker. Lincoln moves into second though. That was supposed to be Malik Diop of West Texas.
Lincoln in second.
And Troy White.
Grand Valley State trying to gain some ground. Again, the handoff now at the anchor leg. West Texas A&M. 2.5 gone by.
Now on the 6 for Lincoln.
Moving up. Lincoln, Missouri. Southern Connecticut State still in third. Grand Valley State in fourth. Lincoln, Missouri with Kiwani Campbell. West Texas A&M and Lincoln, Missouri 1 and 2. Southern Connecticut State in third, Grand Valley State in fourth, and West Texas A&M, the top seed, will finish number 1 in heat number 1.
It's going to be exciting.
3 minutes, 8.76 seconds. Lincoln, and 3 minutes, 8.98 seconds. The automatic qualifiers from that first heat.
Zach Daniels.
The results on your screen from heat 1 with the top 2 advancing automatically.
Finishing in 8th place, Sarah Will of Adams State.
Before we set up the heat 2 lane assignments, it appears the award ceremony about to take place with the women's 3,000 meter steeplechase.
Finishing in 6th, Rachel Sweeney.
So awards being handed out as we speak, with Sarah Wills at Adams State finishing in 8th. DeAndre out of Chico State 7th. Sweeney from Cedarville finishing 6th.
In 4th,
Rainpa out of Grand Valley State 5th. Becker 4th out of Grand Valley State. Lawrence out of Queens, North Carolina 3rd. Alexa Leppelmeyer out of Walsh, leader for a good while, finishing 2nd. And Eleonora Portabi,
and the champion with a 10:07.77 from West
10 minutes, 7.77 seconds, finishing number 1. So Cortabi, number 1 for West Texas A&M. So going into championship Saturday, Grand Valley State's going to be in first place with 35 points. West Texas A&M second with 31. And the defending women's champs, Azusa Pacific, will be third with 21. So 7 to 21 events scored on the women's side. The other 14 come Saturday. Heat number 2 here in the 4x400. We'll see Cal State, Los Angeles, lane 3, Ashland, lane 4, Mississippi College in lane 5, Colorado State Pueblo in lane 6, Lenore Ryan in lane 7, and Pittsburgh State is in lane 8. Ashland, first indoors. They were first last year as well after they finished 7th in the prelims, just enough to get into the final before they won the title on this track last May with a time of 3 minutes and 9.38 seconds. Ashland with Noah Wood, Keyshawn Jones, Channing Phillips, and Trevor Bassett, the 4 running. Number 2 seed is Mississippi College. The 3 seed Pittsburgh State did not advance beyond the prelims last year. And Lenore Ryan is the 6th seed. Talking about the success that Ashland has had, whether it be indoor or out in this event. Their season best time, 3 minutes, 11.26 seconds. came in seated 11th.
Let's go, Cliff!
So top time in Heat 1, West Texas A&M at 3 minutes, 8.76 seconds.
Heat 2, Cal State LA, Ashland, Mississippi College, CSU Pueblo, Lenore Rhine, Pittsburgh State.
After this will be the women's 4x400. Wrap up the day. A couple of heats there as well. And we will have a new champion this year in that event. And a single relay champion on the women's side back from 2021. So can Ashland repeat what they did a year ago?
Underway
Get
here
to
in
the final
second heat of the
and make an enormous jump to win the title. Pittsburgh State, lane 8 with Lenore Rhine in lane 7. That followed by CSU Pueblo in lane 6. For Pittsburgh State, you have Sam Tudor along with Bailey Stone, Nazar Alashan along with Braylon Brewer, the 4 on this relay team. So Pittsburgh State, nice lead through 1 lap. Lenore Rhine, Mississippi College, right there with them. That battle for second. So Pittsburgh State, seeing their lead dwindle. Mississippi College gaining for the cut to the inside. Lenore Rhine, good stride. Same thing, Ashland, top 3. So Pittsburgh State with Bailey Stone. Only a sophomore among 3 sophomores on this relay team for the Gorillas. Pittsburgh State on the men's side, winning the MIAA Outdoor Championship for the 7th time in the last 11 years, 14th time overall. Still with the lead.
On my hand time there for that carry from Mississippi.
Elishawn now running for Pittsburgh State.
Moving well here on the 3rd leg.
Second right now is Ashland, gaining Channing Phillips. That's Trevor Bassett running 3rd. They have him listed as the anchor leg. He's going to run 3rd, as you see in your picture. And he's giving Ashland the lead. So he mixed up the lineup a little bit. I think he's ready to hand it off. Pittsburgh State still in second.
Cal State LA closing the gap.
So Ashland with the lead, 2.5 in.
Cal State LA with a huge carry there, final anchor leg.
See if this is Channing Phillips.
And that is Braylon Brewer chasing for the Gorillas of Pittsburgh State. Channing Phillips, a former open
For Pittsburgh State,
champion here in the Division II ranks.
expected to be Braylon Brewer running anchor. It's Phillips running the anchor. There's Brewer from Pittsburgh State.
Phillips holds Brewer on the outside.
So Channing Phillips and Ashland.
Phillips is going to take this.
And Ashland is going to take the second heat.
School record for Ashland at 3:07.90.
And Ashland at 3 minutes 7.94 seconds. Continue to impress It for sure is a season best. May even be a school record. That for Ashland.
So we're looking at heat 1 for time qualifiers.
At 307.94 seconds, and then Pittsburgh State at 308.95. Both are moving on.
To make the final.
Now waiting to see the next 5 best times to see who's advancing. It's going to be Ashland, West Texas A&M, Pittsburgh State, Lincoln, Missouri, the 4 automatic qualifiers, Southern Connecticut State, Grand Valley State, Cal State Los Angeles, Mississippi College, and Colorado State Pueblo, the 9 teams moving on to the final tomorrow. Stay tuned. The first of 2 heats in the women's 4x400 meter relay is next. It's day 2 coverage, the NCAA Division II Outdoor Track and Field Championships on NCAA.com.
In Commerce, they came in with the fastest seed time. They won the long shot conference outdoor. They were the runners up.
A Friday night here in Allendale, Michigan, winding down the 2022 NCAA Division II Outdoor Track and Field Championships Day 2. Reminder, we'll be back with you on Championship Saturday. Our coverage begins around 1:45 Eastern. Championship Saturday coming up here from Grand Valley State University. Our final event of the night, the 2 heats in the prelims, the women's 4x400 meter relay. In this first heat, lane assignments, lane 2, Hillsdale, Angelo State in lane 3, Ashland lane 4, Northwest Missouri, lane 5, Texas A&M Commerce, lane 6, Azusa Pacific, 7, Oklahoma Baptist, lane 8. Texas A&M Commerce, the top seed. 3 minutes 38.36 seconds, their season best. They were 2nd indoor after finishing 6th outdoor last season. You have Azusa Pacific, the 4th seed, season best time of 340.58 seconds. They finished 3rd indoor, 13th last year, to not advance beyond the prelims. And also Northwest Missouri did not advance beyond the prelims. Hillsdale finished 8th last year among those in this first heat. Meet record, 3 minutes and 32.31 seconds, set in May of 2007 by Lincoln, Missouri. Like on the men's side, the top 2 in each heat advancing, plus the next 5 best times, 9 in all, will battle for the final. The championship come tomorrow to wrap up. Championship Saturday, scheduled for a 6 p.m. start. Great turnout here in Allendale, Michigan. Expected another great crowd. Weather expected to be fantastic tomorrow for Championship Saturday. "27 individual or relay champions will be decided tomorrow, besides the team champions. A day today that has already seen the, again, decathlon champion, that being Elvis Kryakov of Angelo State. In the heptathlon, Cheyenne Williamson from Saginaw Valley State repeating.
Best times.
Discus throw, the high jump on the men's side, the triple jump and this discus throw on the women's side, and then the men's and women's 3,000 meter steeplechase champions awarded today as well. Mentioned on the women's side, Grand Valley State's going to go into Saturday as the team leader. On the men's side, 8 of their 21 events have been scored. Texas A&M Commerce will be the leader going into Saturday with 27. Grand Valley State second with 23, and Colorado Mines in third with 21. So still waiting, as we mentioned, if West Texas A&M is to win their first men's team title since 2017, they're hoping to, again, score big in sprints, hurdles, and relays. And one of the blows coming yesterday, and we've talked about it quite a bit already today as well, is the points that almost seem guaranteed, which Benjamin Azamati in the 100-meter dash with the full start yesterday. That's essentially 10 points that they have to find a way to make up somewhere else. Here we go with heat number 1. So in lane 6 with the top seed, Texas A&M Commerce, Oklahoma Baptist, Azusa Pacific, but Texas A&M Commerce quickly making their way toward the front of the pack. Azusa Pacific with the lead. Oklahoma Baptist right now in second. Athlon in the top 4. Verner running for Azusa Pacific. And Dukeway running for Texas A&M Commerce. An important handoff here, 1 lap in. Athlon looking for a clean exchange.
Inside position.
And watching Azusa Pacific, Texas A&M Commerce. They cut to the middle of the, and across the track to the inside with Azusa Pacific in front, Oklahoma Baptist. And moving ahead, Texas A&M Commerce. So into second place, Solstack, the freshman, running second. Halfway through this first heat. So Texas A&M Commerce taking over the lead. Azusa Pacific and Oklahoma Baptist right there.
Handing off to Noah Solstack.
Angelo State is moving to the top 3. Look at this run for Azusa Pacific. Goodness. The first they go. Good looking run for Kiara Holmes, the freshman. Texas A&M Commerce. Ken Farr running third. So 1 and 2 is Ken Farr. And then Mary McKay running for Oklahoma Baptist. Final lap coming up. And Texas A&M Commerce with the lead. Oklahoma Baptist and Azusa Pacific battling for second and third. Oklahoma Baptist right now in second. Texas A&M Commerce, a reason why they came into the number 1 seed. Look at this. Looking to finish strong. Mina Savard running the anchor leg. Jayla Walker running for Azusa Pacific. In the second, Oklahoma Baptist currently in third. So Savard Tight battle for second. Oklahoma Baptist moving into second. Walker gets a step up as they get to the finish line. And it's going to be Azusa Pacific by .09 seconds, taking second for the automatic qualification to tomorrow night's final.
58 for Hillsdale.
Texas A&M Commerce, the top spot, 3 minutes and 41.73 seconds. And Azusa Pacific second at 3 minutes and 42.72 seconds. Savard with a heck of a finish.
Running in lane 4, Lincoln of Missouri, MIAA champions. They were the
55.13 seconds. In that final lap for Mina Savard. Heat number 2 coming up with Pittsburgh State in lane 2. Simon Fraser, lane 3. Lincoln, Missouri, the number 2 seed coming in, but they were number 1 indoor. Their top outdoor time this year, 338.74 seconds. They are in lane number 4. Fresno Pacific, the number 3 seed, second in this event last year in lane 5. And a lot of familiar names with Kyler Richardson, Chloe Sharp, Madison Flores, Danae Manabog, before running for Fresno Pacific. Central Missouri is going to be in lane 6. For the 7th seed, did not advance beyond the prelims last year. Academy of Art in lane 7, and Winona State, they were 3rd last year, will be in lane 8. Waiting to see if Oklahoma Baptist is able to advance after they were trying to sneak into the number 2 spot in the first heat, ended up finishing by .09 seconds in 3rd. Oklahoma Baptist 12th among 14 to qualify for nationals. Some good times among this second heat. Figure the competition will be in lanes 4 and 5 with Lincoln, Missouri, and Fresno Pacific. But again, Winona State with that experience a year ago and finding their way to the podium with a 3rd place finish. Their entire team made up of juniors. Second and final heat underway in the women's 4x400 with the final tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Second heat of the women's 4x4 relay.
Watch in the middle of the track with Lincoln, Missouri in lane 4 and Fresno Pacific in lane 5. Looking for a strong start, Winona State. Kendall Zeman starting things strong. And moving up, Lincoln, Missouri, along with Fresno Pacific in that battle for 2nd and 3rd. See Winona State slowing down a little bit. Off the handoff. And staggered setup. Winona State losing some time there off that handoff. Right now it's a battle between, looks like, Fresno Pacific and Lincoln, Missouri. Lincoln, Missouri right now in front. May running second. Montabaugh running second now for Fresno Pacific. So change up the order a little bit from what we were given. Montabaugh right now in second here for Fresno Pacific. Handoff coming here from May. The lead for Lincoln, Missouri. That's the battle right now, first and second, and then big difference between second and third. You see in that camera shot.
Those two teams really pulling away from the rest of the field.
The top two right here. Diamond against Sharp. And Diamond around the turn. Sharp trying to stay close. Good battle right now, breaking out between third, fourth, and fifth, sixth, and seventh, trying to hang tight. Final lap here. And again, a clean handoff. Fresno Pacific. Now Lincoln, Missouri. Look at this. Thomas running anchor for Lincoln. .315 in. And Lincoln, Missouri is going to take this second heat to advance to the final. Fresno Pacific is going to finish in second to also qualify automatically. Note that Kyra Bailey running the anchor.
Fresno Pacific with 3:40.55 and 57, just under 57.
As Bailey was added with Kyla Richardson taken out. So Bailey running the anchor leg for Fresno Pacific. Lincoln, a time of 339.28 seconds. Fresno Pacific, 340.55 seconds. So the 9 advancing, Lincoln, Missouri, Fresno Pacific, Texas A&M Commerce, Azusa Pacific, Oklahoma Baptist, Simon Fraser, Hillsdale, Central Missouri, and Angelo State moving on. And again, that final is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. So day 2 is in the book, heading into championship Saturday on the men's side. Through 8 of 21 events scored, Texas A&M Commerce with 27 points. Grand Valley State 4 points back in second. Colorado Mines and Central Missouri are tied for third with 21. On the women's side, 7 of 21 events have been tabulated, and Grand Valley State in front with 35. Grand Valley State to finish 4 points back of Azusa Pacific on this track, their home track a year ago. West Texas A&M 4 points back. There is Azusa Pacific in third, an Academy of Art and Saginaw Valley. Our championship Saturday coverage will get underway around 1:45 tomorrow afternoon. 27 individual and relay champions, the team champions, all will be crowned here in Allendale, Michigan. What a second day here from Grand Valley State. Records going down, some repeat champions. The decathlon and heptathlon athletes wrapping up their busy 2 days of competition. It all leads to what will be an exciting Saturday, a championship Saturday here in Michigan. The joy, the excitement, the intensity. And still so much to be determined as we wind down one more day of competition. Look there at Cheyenne Williamson, the repeat in the heptathlon. Thanks to our entire crew behind the scenes. Matt Meadows saying so long. Good night for now from Allendale, Michigan. You've been watching Day 2 coverage of the 2022 NCAA Division II Men's and Women's Outdoor Track and Field Championships on NCAA.com. Good night, everybody.